Hi, this is Mrs. Spitz. Welcome to math class. And we are continuing our work with integers today. We're going to be subtracting integers. So if you missed this lesson, go ahead and write this in your composition book. So we've already done addition with integers, right? So we might want to review our rule about adding integers. That should be in your composition book. So let's just review that for a moment. So remember we said if the signs are the same, let's say we have positive 4 plus positive 5, we just add the absolute value and carry the sign to the answer, whether it's positive or negative. Even negative 4 plus negative 5 will be add the absolute value, carry the sign to the answer, okay? But remember in addition, if we had different signs, right? So let's say I have a negative 6 plus a positive 2. Well, we are going to take the absolute value, which goes into that absolute value sign, right? So the absolute value of a negative 6 comes out 6, and the absolute value of a positive 2 comes out 2, right? So we're going to subtract those absolute values, and the sign of the larger goes to the answer. So we'll actually put a little subtraction there. All right, so that's if the signs are different. This is review. We subtract those absolute values, and the sign of the larger number in terms of absolute value goes to the answer. All right, so now today, that was review, we're going to talk about subtracting integers. So let me give you an example. Let's have a positive 15. We want to subtract a negative 3, okay? So the rule is to subtract an integer you are going to add its opposite. And you might remember the opposite is called the additive inverse. Remember that one? We talked about that the other day. And we were joking because you can abbreviate that as AI, but it doesn't mean artificial intelligence in this case. Additive inverse, all right? So for this problem, I'm going to write it horizontally here. We're going to take 15, positive 15, keep that. We change the subtraction sign to addition, and we take the additive inverse of negative 3, which is positive 3. And then we apply the rules of adding integers. That's why we wanted just to review them, okay? So once you turn it into an addition problem, then you can apply those rules of addition to this problem as well. So 15 plus positive 3 is going to give you positive 18, okay? So that is your answer in this problem. So let's do some other examples, okay? Give you a minute to record that in your journal if you didn't have that done, or if you're just reviewing that. And then we'll go over some more examples, okay? And you can even pause the video if you need to do that. All right, so let's do some of this classwork here. On the bottom, I'm on page 280. I forgot to mention that in the silver book if you want to follow along, okay? We'll do some classwork here. So we have a positive 9 minus a negative 4, okay? So we're going to take the positive 9, we're going to add the opposite, or the additive inverse. So it's 9 plus a positive 4, our answer turns out to be positive 13 on that one, right? Let's do number 2. We have negative 9 minus a positive 4. Well, that's interesting. We still have those numbers, but if you notice, now we have negative 9 and a positive 4. Let's see if how the answer changes. So we're going to add, change this to addition, add the opposite or additive inverse of that would be negative 4. Now in addition, the signs are the same, so we add the absolute value, 13, carry the sign to the answer. So in this case, we had positive 13 before, now it's negative 13. It's kind of interesting to see how the answer changes with just the signs of the numbers. We're still going to use 9 and 4. Now we'll have a negative 9 minus a negative 4. Okay? So let's see what this does. So we're going to keep the negative 9. We're going to add the opposite. That becomes a positive 4. Signs are different, right? So I subtract their absolute value. Sign of the larger, greater number goes to the answer. So I have negative 5 in this case. And then my last example with these numbers, I have positive 9 minus positive 4. All right, we're going to apply this rule, even though that's a normal subtraction problem, but I want to show you what happens here. All right, we're going to add the opposite. That becomes a negative 4. So again, I'm going to subtract those absolute values. So that's 5, ends up being positive 5, okay? So I hope that helps you in this lesson on subtracting integers. And remember, you can always call me at my number or send me an email if you need some more help. All right, thank you for joining. See you later.